This video is made possible by
when I was going to college. My parents wanted me to become an engineer. On the fourth year of college, in those days in Puerto Rico, you have to work for a government agency. I went to a place where they were building a road in a garbage dump. To make the story short, it was horrible. I decided that engineering was not for me. So I went to business school and finished my MBA in economy and finance. My biggest pivot of the moment was when I moved to Los Angeles. I was going to law school at UCLA at the time. My wife was Mary Wilson of the Supremes, and she was going through a very hard time with Motown Records, where Motown wanted to get the Supreme banished, let's say, and only dedicate the efforts on Diana Ross. By that time, Diana had left the Supremes. I was feeling really bad looking at Mary coming home and crying. So I decided to go and meet Berry Gordy, which by that time we were acquaintances. We were friends, but not very close friends. And I tried to convince him that it was a good deal to have Diana Ross as a solo entertainer, but to continue the group of the Supremes. I was successful, and I did convince him. However, he said, okay, I will do that, but you're gonna have to manage the Supremes. And I say, what? I don't know anything about managing any group. I've never been in the entertainment business. So he said, well, in my book, you are pretty good, because if you convince me to keep the Supremes on board, you must have something, because I was determined not to. And you convinced me, so all of a sudden my life changed, and I became the manager for the Supremes. Later for Marvin Gaye. I worked with George Harrison doing his Dark Horse production deal with A&M Record. Worked with Richard Pryor. Became partnered in many deals with Don Cornelius of Soul Train, and went on. At one time in the 70s and the 80s, I was probably the biggest promoter in Mexico of American artists. Later negotiated or helped to set up the negotiation for Televisa in China, and now doing some film production. So that's how my life changed, because of that moment that I approached Berry Gordy. I think you have to have the guts to take chances. That's number one. I think that that's the biggest requirement to be an entrepreneur. Calculated chances. Perseverance. You have to continue every single day knocking on the door, pushing the project that you had a passion for, and don't take no for an answer. You should always be ready to receive no as an answer, but always remember that that is not one choice.
For more inspirational stories, check out pivotalplays.com.